Hey, Anthony here from the Best in the West with another banger concrete video as advertised. Today we'll be pouring a garage. Technically it's a garage, but not really. And the side yard here, and putting a curb up against the garage to shore it up. We put Portland all over this, and then we raked it in because 100 years of it soaking, it crowned it up like the clay expansion from all the moisture, because everything ran towards here. There was no drain in front of here, so we put a 15 mil moisture barrier in here and cured the dirt with some bags of Portland. But that's technically a garage for this house. There was no drain in front of this garage. It had like a 2x4, and the water came flying down this driveway because it's steep, and it would hit and go around the corner. So I put a channel drain in front of it, which you'll see coming up, and then I piped it to the backyard, and just because the backyard sloped down out, so it worked beautiful. And then we throw some road base on top of the plastic to compact it for that, to really shore it up, because it was so cablewampus, and the garage actually crowned up in the middle from all the moisture and blowing. But I don't think a car's been parked in there probably since the early 50s, because then when they made larger cars, you can't even get a car in that thing. But this thing's a lot steeper than it looks. I'm not sure on the percentage of it, but this job took us 5 days. I got two. I guess this would be a part two of the last demo video was of this job, and then this, and then I have a whole front entry with sidewalks and the driveway. So I have two more videos from this project. There's no other way around it. I know some people don't like splitting it up, but you can see each pour. And we tamped this in, and then we vibroplated it because I didn't have the vibroplate. The one I have, mine's broken, and the guy hasn't fixed it, so I had to go rent one. And Milton's cutting 2x4s and stuff with a chainsaw. I don't know what he's doing, but the guy's an animal. See, there's where I put the drain in. I put a channel drain in, and I just piped it because it steps down different levels. Oh, he's cutting this wood with it because that's what they had to retain. It goes like 3 levels in the backyard. So he's a absolute animal. So he's just going to chainsaw it, I guess. I don't know if that was the owner's chainsaw or his chainsaw, or he just pulled it out of his truck. I'm not sure. But this project, this is a really good series. You guys will like it. The front entryway with what I did. I changed all elevations on it. And the driveway, there's nothing you can do. You got to go from A to B, from the sidewalk to the garage floor. It's super steep, but the homeowners love this job. See, we're going to break that out, and we're just going to pour it thicker where it's actually literally a step. That's Fernando. He called me from YouTube and came out. He's going to be digging out the channel drain. And I always said it in concrete. I see guys, when I pump for 20 years, 25 years, they'd use like stakes, and people would trip and hit it. And I can guarantee you the elevation's off. So I said it with bags of concrete where I stagger on each side so it doesn't move. I've always done it that way. I don't understand. Some people are, I don't know if they're incompetent, but they cut so many corners. When West Coast is out here, I have this stuff dialed. There's a channel drain. I've seen it all a million times, too. If you work for a company, you see what they show you every day. But when you go to different contractors as a pumper or a demo guy, you see it all. I mean, I've seen some dumbasses. I could probably, out of 25 years, I'd see 1 or 2 contractors that I actually thought was worth something, that I took a little bit from. But generally, I'm telling them what to do. And I was just a concrete pumper or demo. And then they want me to bid their jobs. And, I mean, they just wanted too much, and I'm just like, hey, bro, I'm the pumper or demo guy. So we're going to have to, I wanted to lay this channel drain up higher, but Javier and the homeowner wanted to put it down and then put a lip on it. I didn't get it, but that wasn't my idea. That's how they wanted to do it. Both of them. Because it'll catch all the water coming down. And they have commercial ones that you can put dead flat that are channel drains inside. They go from 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, and inside of it slopes down as you go. So you can put it actually dead flat. You'll see them at like parking structures and commercial places. They're dead flat, but inside it has a slope. And you got to make sure they get the right numbers in order. And they're expensive too. Last time I bought one was about 7 years ago. I bought 28 feet, and I think it was $2,000 for that steel top channel drain. But he's not going to pull a car in there. And he said he's never going to pull a car in there, and so this drain's fine. This isn't rated for a car, but you could go over it. It's not going to do anything to it, but it's not standard for a car. You want the black one with the grill, with the steel grill on it, and you could pop them out, the grills, and clean it out. This one you can too, but you got to unscrew each one. The other ones have like a little snaps, and they snap in. So we're just pouring base all over this. I don't remember how much we ended up getting. Maybe 2.5 yards for the whole job. It was pretty much at grade. The grade we changed the most was out front on the porch. We made it a level because you got to go with the street and the sidewalk and the slopes you have. So it would have hung to the right way too far. And we're gonna put a little curb against here because it's so cracked up. The foundation. I wouldn't even call it a foundation. You see it. I mean, it's a joke. So I put a curb up against it, just tie it in there, and then there's a wall behind where Javier was. So with the concrete locking it in that curb, it won't keep going because it's leaning an inch and a half. This is pretty basic. You know, to go big, you don't have to have a lot of equipment and do stuff. I could do any job, any size, if put it together in an hour if everyone answered their phone in an hour that I called. This is how you rip a 2x4 because it goes with the slope. The curb goes with the slope of the yard, so you got to go basically almost 0 to whatever the other end is, 3 inches or something. He's just ripping it down. It's the best crew you'll see on YouTube. It's the best crew in Orange County. It's the best crew in operation going, you know. Yeah, I could do big stuff and do stuff, but I don't, you know, you go on a IRS radar and you got all this workers' comp and you don't see your family. There's no need to. You can make tons of money doing what I do and live the way you want, and your family has a great life. And you're actually a dad and a husband in your home. I don't come home tired. I want to take a few weeks off. I'm a little tired today from hitting the beach all day, but that's my life, and that's what I've chose to do. You can choose to do whatever you dream, or you can visually see what you want to do. This is my dream, what I want, my perfect life for me. I don't acquire millions of dollars or want to be rich. That's not what I've never been into that or like that. Or I could have new trucks and all new equipment and look at, you know, I see these guys with it on YouTube. I don't watch any concrete because I'm not going to watch anything that's insulting, and the work I'm seeing is just so rudimentary that it's not appealing to me. Or if I saw stuff that was like really good stuff and I got something out of it, you know, of course you want to be a student and learn your whole life. You can always learn stuff, but there's nothing on anyone on here that they could teach me anything. You know, I know every aspect of this stuff, and all you got to do is go through my videos and scroll through them, and you'll see. And that's all on idle. That's not even on a red line in it and the stuff I've done. I don't have a desire to do it. This is what I want to do, what I'm doing. I got a short attention span, 3-4 days. I'm cool on the job. I don't take bigger stuff. I need all this material. I got to bump my workers' comp. I got to pay higher taxes and just tax my equipment and stuff, you know. I'd like to buy another pump and another S70, but I was at the South Coast Bobcat yesterday, and they said that they're not even making S70s because they're so backordered. I can't even get a new one, you know. But another pump, I'm going to try and get one out of state. If anyone in Arizona or not too far from SoCal's got an S70 for sale, give me a call. I'll go to Arizona or something like that and grab one. Plus, I'm not paying California price. I mean, these guys are out of their freaking mind, but I guess they're holding all the cards because you can't even buy a new one. So, you know, it is what it is. I probably shouldn't have popularized it so much, but Bobcat is not going to give me an S70. I was asking them there. I said, you guys should give me an S70, man. And they started laughing. I was just joking. I bought all the filters and oil and everything over there yesterday to change it all on the S70. It's running a little rough. Those things are finicky. If you have one and it starts tripping out and the throttle won't go up and the arms won't go up, you're low on hydraulic because it uses it. And I thought I put it in it, but I was low and the thing was just blowing black smoke and tripping out, but it was just, I was low on hydraulic. It has like a mechanism that shuts it down. So I'm going to pump this back. I guess you would call it a patio, or it's not a porch because he has that whole wooden porch there that's raised. So I'm going to pump it right in there, pump the curb first, let it set up so whatever billows out, and they can use their trowels and put it to the line. You want to stay under the line when you're pumping it. You try not to cover it so they can see. But sometimes you got guys yanking the hose and yanking you as you're doing something like this, and it like goes up on you, and you're like, whoa. And sometimes it's my fault. I just wasn't paying attention. But pumping's the only way to go. If you're not in a operation, if you're using a buggy or a wheelbarrow, I mean, it's a freaking complete joke. And some people take offense to it, but this is my profession, and I'm talking frank about it. I'm not bagging on anyone in particular. I'm just telling you, out here, you would get laughed out of here. And that's why there's a different standard in work. That's why we're not busting our balls or sweating. We're laying under the tree, eating, waiting for it. We're ahead of it, 2 steps ahead of it. Rarely do we have to jump on it. On a 100-degree day, we're a little more stern and keeping an eye on it. Days like this, 69-degree day, we're sitting out front, just waiting for it. And these guys got the horsepower where it couldn't take off fast enough on them where they couldn't keep up with it, you know? He's an apprentice. He's just starting. He's in my crew all the time. His name's Jonathan. It's Milton, one of Milton's son. And Milton Jr.'s his other son. Obviously, Milton Sr.'s kids. So just rodding this out. It's tight in there, you know, these little areas like that. We're leaving a little out back right there to throw back if there's low spots or whatever. And then if you don't use it, you just hit it with a hammer and throw it in the dump truck or in the bin I had out front. You just hit it with a sledgehammer. It just blows apart. There's no strength to it. But these jobs are just, you know, people ask me prices all the time. This whole job was probably $50K, $55K, I think I got for it. You know. And they know that he just said, bandit, do it the way you want to do it. And that's what I get every time because they assume I know. They've seen all the stuff I've designed on YouTube, and all those are my designs and what I come up with. And the home, I give them all the ideas, like the bench and the stairs, the way I did it. Those are all my ideas because I've seen so much of this stuff. So that's what I'm saying compared to anyone else out here. I mean, if they came out to my job, they would not be feeling too confident. Especially if I'm doing intricate, crazy stuff, which I'm going to blow YouTube up by taking some crazy stuff that I'm just motivated. I feel like doing it. I haven't felt like doing it for probably a year and a half, maybe 2 years. I didn't really care. I was doing other stuff, you know. And then I hit that winter in it unusual rain here, and I went lower on money than where I have a certain plateau where I get on the gas if I just mess around and I'm hitting the beach every day or, you know, going on trips, and then I'm like, I'll get it on. But when I came back, my phone died. Now it's just exploding. I think I've got 4 more videos I haven't even edited after this one, and I just finished one, a patio. So you're going to see some cool stuff. That's how you screed it. 2-man screeds is the way to go. And you get in concert, it's just easy work. I mean, you see these guys writing in here from Australia or whatever and like bent over on their knees. I mean, you're going to do that for 10 years and get a knee replacement? What the hell's wrong with you? You know, and they don't use pumps around here in this country, and it just makes no sense. You're watching with your own eyes. Nobody's dirty. Nobody's sweating. No one's working hard. This doesn't have to be hard work. You just have to think of the best way to do it. And, we plug up. We do this. You don't know mix designs. You tell the dispatcher to batch you this mix. Like, I know mix designs as good as anyone could know them. I pumped for 20-something years. Commercial, and I did most of the commercial for a decade. Crazy stuff. 600 feet of hose, high rise. I talked to the engineers about mixes. I know everything about a mix design. I could tell you the ratio. Pound of rock, sand, ratio to rock, sand to rock. You know? We just hit this at about, I don't know, that looks like about a 5.5 probably. And a lot of the jobs I did, commercial, they take cores. There's a deputy inspector there. So they'll say, don't add any water, leave it there. And it's like, bro, that won't even go through my screen, and I'm not taking my screen off because I've done it a couple times and it didn't go well for me. So I just watch it billow over my pump and tell the dude, if he's a stickler, the deputy, okay, what do you want me to do now? But after years, I knew every one of them. I'm like, dude, I'm doing whatever I want. And they're like, go ahead. You know, once they knew me and they saw what I was about and how much I knew and what I was doing, then I just did whatever I want. Like I do jobs And I know all the inspectors too, where I'll just do it and then they'll sign it off later. You know? But I'll film it and take pictures too if they want to see, oh no, it's good. Because I'm known like that. You know, I'm known in the demo, pumping, and concrete. And if they want high-end stuff, I mean, there's a difference if you know. You know? This is the pours where they put those long fibers in it, and the dude told me it was microfibers, man. It was such a pain in the ass. Those fibers they used to use before the micros. They were stripping this to face it because it's exposed. You'll see the drain. See, I just piped it right there, and it just runs straight out. The property steps down one more time, and there's an alley with a chain link fence, so it just barrels right out, right into the alley. And we got to face all this stuff because it's exposed. But the homeowner didn't mind the fibers. I was more upset. He didn't care. He's like, I don't care, man. That's going to make it stronger. So we got Junior out here. He's killing out this little patio, I guess you call it, with the curb. You can see how it goes from almost zero to that, because that's the elevation of the floor inside to the driveway to the drain. So we're going to skate this out. We spread the people out because we were pouring in 3 different spots. Every pour we poured here. So we're doing the garage this, and we actually poured the side of the house with this pour. But I'm going to put that in with the entryway, the sidewalks and the entry and the front porch. And I'll do a video of the driveway. This driveway is long, and it's straight downhill. You guys can see the end product, and then I walk the whole thing. But those fibers are ridiculous. I didn't even know what plant would carry those. I don't know any plant in Orange County. I'm in LA County on this job. I'm in San Pedro. It's a hill up above, like Signal Hill, San Pedro, up above Long Beach Harbor, the aquarium, all that area. It's a really unique area down there. It's really, you go over 2 huge bridges off the 405 to get here. But we got our apprentice. He's starting to get in there and get out there and skate it and do it, you know. He's new. It's Junior's brother. They tried to leave him back there, and I went back there and said, nah, dude, it's taken off on him. He didn't have the horsepower because it's just experience. He will. Nothing against him. But that's how nice this looks. We changed the trajectory and aesthetic look of this whole property by what we did. And you got to broom the side of that too, curb. You just do everything real methodical. You look at stuff. You can learn a lot of stuff if you're a concrete guy off my stuff. And you guys can use it because people send me videos of other people all the time saying, look, this guy's stealing your design with the bands and the diamonds and the way I was doing stuff. And they don't mention me or say anything, but, you know, they feel inferior because they see the work I put up, and they're putting up driveway and patio after patio and driveway and demo in wide open area. There's nothing hard about that. I mean, it's a freaking joke. I go in tight areas. That shows a skill. The one I just did, you'll see the demo of the patio I just did in the access I had. So that's next day, I believe. Yeah, it all bleached out, the concrete was, I couldn't complain. The concrete was awesome, but those stealth fibers, dude, oh my God, I don't even know how pissed off I was. I go, bro, I wanted micro. He goes, those are. And I'm looking at him, I'm like, it looked like there was a million hairs on my hopper and my pumper. It's like, dude, I swear that's 18, 20 years ago. Thank you very much for watching The Best in the West. Have a nice day.